My name is Mike Tarantino, President and CEO of the Iberia Industrial Development Foundation, and today's moderator for the 2021 State of the Parish presentation with Iberia Parish President M. Larry Richard. We're happy you could join us today. While last year was challenging for us all, your parish government never stopped. From finance management and budgeting to public works and economic development, and over 30 units in between, there's truly a lot going on inside your parish government. And since the beginning of his administration, Parish President Larry Richard has made a priority of transparency and accountability. One important way to make this priority a reality is to bring you this annual presentation to let us know his thoughts on where we've been, what we're doing currently, and where he sees us moving forward into the future. Iberia Parish is important to us all. It's our community, it's our home, it's where we raise our kids and build our roots to build a strong future, and today's presentation seeks to bring you up to date on the state of the parish as we continue building for the future. It's my pleasure to introduce Iberia Parish President M. Larry Richard. Larry?
Thank you so much, Mike. First, I'd like to thank God for allowing us to be here today to do this. I'd like to thank the people of Iberia Parish for electing me to be the parish president and for being their representative here. I also want to thank the parish council for everything that they do and the workings that we do together between the parish council and the administration. I want to thank all of the employees within Iberia Parish government for everything that they do. Nothing has gone unseen, believe me. Today I'm going to give a brief presentation on what's going on in Iberia Parish. I will not have the opportunity to go over every business unit that we have, but the ones that we will go over, I think I want to give you a really good understanding of what we've done in the past, what we're currently doing, and what we want to do in the future. Iberia Parish is a very, very unique parish. We have a lot of great opportunities. I think what we need to do is tell the people what's going on here now and what I think we need to do to move this parish forward. Thank you so much.
I know that we'll be going through some of the departments, Larry, and I know one of the first things that everyone wants to know, and especially when we talk about transparency and accountability, is the state of the parish's finances.
Absolutely. Starting with parish government, as far as finances, in 2016 when we got here, our expenses was much higher than the revenues that we was actually receiving. We got an opportunity. In fact, there's a chart right behind me. You can see where our numbers in 2016, if you look at the slide in the red, was way up here. But we only had so much money. So if you look at the black, we were way down here. What we got an opportunity to do over the last several years is get our numbers correct. We were upside down at the beginning. Right now, if you take a look at what's going on, our general fund revenues, no doubt, came way down. We was way at almost $6 million. Currently, we way down, but we got our expenses in line. And by doing that, it helped us a whole lot. So currently, if you take a look at what took place in 2016, I think we had cash on hand of roughly 29 days. And we had $6 million a year in expenses. But what we were able to do is take those 29 days cash in hand and bring that up to 129 days.
Which is so important from a business perspective.
Extremely important from a business sense. So what we did is we got our finances in order, to make a long story short. And I'm very, very proud of what we have done along with the parish council, along with the finance department, and every business unit that we have in Iberia Parish. This is critical. It didn't happen overnight. We went from 29 days to 58 days to 70 plus days, and currently we at the 129 days. I want to talk about some of the projects that we're going to be doing in Iberia Parish, even though the numbers that we're receiving may not be the numbers that we would hope to have. But we've been very, very blessed when it comes to dollars that we have received in Iberia Parish from capital outlay. Some of the projects that we're going to be doing in Iberia Parish is we have $900,000 worth of drainage work that we're going to be doing. We have $1.3 million worth of sewer infrastructure work that we're going to be doing. We have a lot of infrastructure work, and that's critical for me, that we get our infrastructure in order. You're going to hear me say probably throughout this state of the parish that we need things like water and sewer and broadband and better roads. And it's critical that we stress that to the people, because I can tell you right now, I will more than likely be going out to the people, if it's not in 2022, for a dedicated fund for some of these that we're going to talk about. It will definitely be 2023. So that's really important to me. Currently, we have some ongoing projects, federal projects and state projects. And these are significant projects that we have in the parish. We got a $4.2 million project that we're doing at the K-Dan Access Road, which is critical for us. We have a $2.3 million coastal restoration project that we're doing. We have several projects that we're doing currently. And these grants have provided us an opportunity to do these projects. We have to understand that we're currently we're receiving decent money from our federal government and from our state government. But we're going to have to do some things in Iberia Parish to receive money from the people within. We're going to have to invest in ourselves in a bit. You can see, Mike, according to this slide, where we have done projects like library projects. We built a new clerk of court storage building. We built the Robert B. Green building. We're doing sewer work throughout the parish. These are critical capital improvement projects that we have done in the parish that we need to be certain that we can continue to do. We are definitely positioning ourselves, I feel, in Iberia Parish to be a parish that's going to be able to compete with any of the surrounding parishes. However, again, we have to have basic infrastructure in place. And I'm not going to say that too many times. The people or the audience that's going to be listening may think I'm saying it too many times, but we have to have infrastructure that we don't currently have in Iberia Parish. And the way I'm going to tell that to you is our intergovernmental revenues that we receive. If you take a look at this slide that's behind me right now, from 2016 to 2021, we received over $46 million from the federal government and the state government. However, we don't have a whole lot of money that we are getting that we could use for certain things in Iberia Parish that's coming from our local government. So we have to put more, you ever heard that phrase, put more skin in the game? We're going to have to invest in ourselves. And that's the point I want to really drive home today, is that we have a golden opportunity, but we are truly going to have to invest in ourselves. If the people that have these homes that they purchased for $300,000, if you want a return on your investment, you're going to have to invest in yourself. If we continue to do what we're doing right now, it's not going to work. We have over $34 million worth of road improvements that need to be done in Iberia Parish, and we're currently receiving $250,000 a year to handle more than 400 miles of roads in Iberia Parish.
So good finances, good financial management, bringing the finances forward where prior we had more expenses than income. That's since moved in the proper direction where we're living within our means and working within our means while seeking some additional federal and state dollars. Very important. Another way, and the main way that citizens interact with Iberia Parish government is through public works, whether through drainage, road projects, or others. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with Iberia Parish Public Works.
Iberia Parish Public Works, I'm very proud of Public Works. First of all, I took office in 16. I think in 15, we had 62 employees working in Public Works. Currently, I have 30. We've done an unbelievable job as far as I'm concerned in Public Works. I can tell you one thing that helped us out a lot is we moved the Public Works facility from Avery Island Road, which is in a flood zone, to where we are currently located on Highway 182. It did a whole lot of things for us. It put us centrally located in Iberia Parish where when we're doing jobs, for example, in Laurelville, we wasn't leaving from Avery Island to drive to Laurelville or to Generate or whatever. We totally centrally located, and we have saved thousands of dollars in fuel costs just by that one simple move. Public Works, of course, we've done a whole lot of roadside work improvement throughout the parish, which is very, very important to us. Some of the past projects we've done in Iberia Parish, Mike, we have done a lot of bridge replacements. We replaced John Lewis Road, we replaced Crochet Road Bridge. We did several bridges. We have 14 bridges that should be on that slide telling you that we actually replaced in Iberia Parish. As far as repairing bridges, we've done a lot of bridge repairs in Iberia Parish. Norris Road Bridge, Melanson Road Bridge, and a whole bunch of others. But I think we only have 4 on this slide right here that we're talking about. That's very, very big to us in Iberia Parish. One of the things I really want to stress is that the day-to-day operation for Public Works when it's pertaining to roads, we have over 400 miles of roads in Iberia Parish. So that means we have to take care of the roadside grass cutting. We have to take care of the potholes. We have to take care of the shoulder repairs. We have to take care of the signage. We have spraying that we actually have to get done. And we have slash busting that we have to do. And that's just on the roadside part. again, with the number of personnel that we have. And I'm going to stress that because it's important that we get more personnel back in our Public Works Department. When you're talking about drainage, we have over 800 miles of drainage in Iberia Parish. We have to take care of the clearing of the right-of-ways, the slash busting again. We also have to do the cleaning of the different channels that we have in Iberia Parish. So far, since 2016, roadside drainage and clearing, we have done over 410 miles. That's a lot. And I'm going to pause on that for a minute because that's a lot of work that our Public Works Department is doing, slash busting of right-of-ways. We've done over 58 miles. I mean, you're talking from here to Baton Rouge. So we're talking serious distance here. On the main channels and the lateral channels, we've done over 138 miles of cleaning and clearing. So that's a lot of work that we have done in Public Works. I'm very proud of Public Works. And Public Works is, of course, and I'm very proud of all of the departments, but Public Works, of course, is one of the departments that the general population truly look at on a very regular basis. Currently, we have projects that include like the Lake Dotree boat landing repair. We've been trying to get that done for quite some time. The way that works is you have to make sure you have a north wind coming in so the water can go down so we can actually get in there and do the work that we need to do. We've started it, and hopefully we can finish that during the winter this year. We have installed culverts on Tesh Lake Road. We have the very first structures, flood control structures that Public Works is working with us right now to get done in Iberia Parish. We have never had flood control structures ever done.
And flooding and drainage and coastal issues, so very important to all of the coastal communities here.
Exactly. When you started talking about the areas that we have in Iberia, the Port of Iberia, the businesses that we have there, all of the homes in Iberia Parish, we're going to have to make sure that we can handle some of the flooding issues. And I'm not talking about from a hurricane. I'm talking about everyday south wind flooding
and
issues.
not only the flooding, the surges that come in from the Gulf, but also all of the waters that come from the watershed, from the Chaffalaya Basin, and everything that's coming this way.
Exactly. So we try to make sure we handle all of that. Future projects that we're looking to do, we have to replace a bridge on Libay Road that went out. Very critical because Libay Road is a road that goes from Iberia Parish, Highway 88 going into St. Martin Parish. In fact, I'm trying to get that road overlaid, trying to come up with funds so we can actually get that road overlaid. We have to elevate Hazard Road. Hazard Road is an area that meets up with Armico Road, and whenever you have a rain, these people are flooded, can't get out. So we have some serious projects, as you can see right here, that need to be done in the future. As far as our Public Works, our main Public Works facility, I got some things I want to do there. I want to be able to compartmentalize like your sand and your limestone, your different aggregates. It's very important that when we need something, we know exactly where it's at, we know exactly how much we have, and get that rolling.
A real one-stop shop. On a
real one-stop shop. So we're looking to do that. Our Public Works facility is coming out very, very, very nice. We purchased that facility for $1.6 million, and that was, in my opinion, a very, very good deal for Iberia Parish. At that location, we're trying to put LED lights into the warehouse area. A big deal that we need to do in Public Works is hire more employees. It's critical that we get more employees hired in Public Works. I'm very proud to say that the Iberia Parish Council approved some 2 weeks ago for me to hire 3 more people in drainage. Might not sound like a big deal to some people, but 3 more in drainage is going to help us a lot. We have the equipment for them to use. We don't have any employees to operate it.
I think it's very important that people know, going from finances to Public Works, that you're doing twice as much with half as much, right?
Absolutely. And it's critical that people realize that. We will get the staff back, hopefully, to where it was in 2015. So if that ever happens, you need to think about the amount of work that's going to be done then. It's critical that we take care of that. One of the things I want to touch on, Mike, is flood control structures that we're doing in the parish. The Iberia Parish Council passed a resolution to allow me to go out to get quotes to do 3 structures. One of them is People's Coulee, the other one is Jefferson Canal and Rodere Coulee. That alone is an $8 million project for those 3 flood control structures. It's huge for Iberia Parish. I don't have the time to tell you the areas of Iberia Parish that is going to impact, but earlier we were talking about waters that's coming in from the Gulf of Mexico on a regular high tide. These flood control structures that we're looking to build are all self-utilization. It's all projects that when the water is coming from the Gulf, we're trying to prevent those waters from flooding us. It's not talking about water that's coming from upper Louisiana, whether it's going to be coming from Alexander or St. Land or St. Martin or whatever. These are utilities that's actually coming from the Gulf of Mexico that we're trying to, well, the goal is to try to keep our channels low. If you have a channel that starts here and at the top of it is here, we're trying to keep it right here.
Right.
So whenever it do start to rain or water start to come in, you can use those channels as a retention, detention type setup for us.
Smart water management in
That's what it is.
conjunction with CIPRA and all of the best practices.
And it's critical that we mentioned CPRA. Everything that we're doing right here, we're working in conjunction with CPRA. In fact, the dollars that we're talking about, the $8 million that I mentioned to you, we're going to come up with around 3. They're putting up 5. The Parish Council, of course, is going to be looking at additional structures for us to do this coming year, and that's going to be around $12 million worth of work. And a majority of these dollars also is going to come from CPRA.
So as we talk about public works, all the great drainage projects that are happening, that's all about investing in our infrastructure and moving forward. And during your administration, we've talked many times about investing in infrastructure, making sure that we have the best infrastructure for our citizens. A big part of infrastructure is bringing in water to areas of the parish, having the right public water system to serve our residents. And that brings me to Waterworks District number 3 out in Coteau. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about what's going on out there and where you see the Waterworks District going.
Currently, Iberia Parish Waterworks District number 3 is currently performing maintenance work on the water plant that we have and also performing plant well work within the system that we have, which is a very good thing for Iberia Parish water system. The people of Coteau definitely deserve the best that we can actually get as far as water is concerned. The water lines that we have at Highway 88 is being relocated right now. Of course, we have a roundabout going on right now. So
right at 88 and US 90.
At 88 and US 90. So we're having to relocate those lines right now. Some of the maintenance that we're doing right now at Coteau Waterworks is the systematic flushing of the water lines. We're repairing leaks. We're installing meters for new customers. Those things are very, very important to us. Some of the projects that we have right now, Mike, that we want to do with Waterworks is we want to install new water wells. We want new ground storage tanks. We want new water plant filters. We want to upgrade the plant. All of the electrical and mechanical system that we have at the plant. We want to have new water mains in the distribution system for Coteau Waterworks. So those are big things for us that we're trying to do and that we have planned to do in the future.
Well, talking about investment in infrastructure, the last couple of topics talked a bit about public health as well and the importance of public health, keeping our citizens well and making sure that those programs follow best practices. I'd like to move a little bit toward a subject that a lot of folks around here don't necessarily want to talk about, and that is mosquito abatement, that pesky thing that happens during the warm weather here all across South Louisiana. The Iberia Parish has a great mosquito abatement program, one that keeps us healthy, one that keeps us comfortable during those warm months. Tell us a little bit about your plans, what's been happening, what you see in the future for our mosquito abatement program.
Okay. As you know, we're always looking for ways to do things better, and mosquito control is absolutely no different. Recently, Iberia Parish partnered with Vermilion Parish to purchase an aircraft to where we can do some area spraying in Iberia Parish. We got this aircraft with 100% funding from the CDC. This is a great opportunity for us. I like to look at this aircraft as being a just-in-time tool that we need when we're dealing with mosquito abatement. It's a big deal for us. Iberia Parish currently have one of the best mosquito abatement programs in the state of Louisiana, and we want to keep it that way. As you know, we have a director over there that's served on different boards, and he's good at what he's doing. Some of the things that we're looking to do in the future, Mike, we want to provide job-specific training and professional development to our staff over there. We want to make sure that we continue to test the ingredients that's being used and also make sure that our program continue to be the state-of-the-art program that it currently is.
Well, Larry, we've been talking so far about things that continue to show the great quality of life we have here in Iberia Parish, extending infrastructure, extending quality of life, extending public health. I want to move to a subject a little bit near and dear to my heart as the parish's economic developer, and that is, we're going to get to the economic development topic in a moment, but before we do, Iberia Parish has a spectacular asset in the Acadiana Regional Airport and the Iberia Parish Airport Authority. Folks know that it's got a lot of potential, and we all really want to see it reach its potential as we move forward. Your thoughts about the Iberia Parish Airport Authority, where it's been, where it's going, and where you see it going in the future, truly is the economic development asset that it is.
Well, Mike, if anyone knows anything about the airport, it should be you. You actually serve as interim director there for quite some time. The airport recently have gotten an upgrade to a regional airport status, which means that we have opportunities now for additional grant funding, which we need in a critical way to continue to grow the airport. The numbers, and I'm going to just touch on this right quick, like the takeoff and landings that we have at the airport. I'm just going to go from November of last year to November of this year. In 2020, we were doing on the neighborhood of 3,000 plus landings and takeoff. In 2021, we had a little bit over 5,000 plus landing and takeoff. In fact, we had 1 month this year was over 7,000. So we're doing extremely good right there. The airport have an unbelievable amount of potential, and you and I both notice here, we talk to people all the time that's looking to come to set up shop at the airport. There always seems to be a little bit of something that we're missing. And most of the time, what we're missing is something to do with infrastructure. We're truly addressing that, and we're trying to make sure we put ourselves in a position where we can have those commodities that these different vendors are looking for to come to Iberia Parish. We also have a new fixed base operation, which is Pelican Aviation, who recently was acquired by Freeman Jet Center, which is a good deal for Iberia Parish as well. We have in design right now plans for the relocation of the airport rescue and firefighting station. That's right now, it's around 90% completed. We look to get that project started very, very soon. We have grants right now with the Louisiana Department of Transportation, Aviation sector, which that's going to bring a lot of, hopefully, additional dollars to Iberia Parish. And the Acadiana Regional Airport is slated for more taxiway rehabilitation projects in 25 and 26. And those projects will cost each in the neighborhood of $2.2 million.
And we see on these slides, Larry, about investment in aprons and hangars, and you mentioned the north taxi lane and rehabilitation there as well. And you mentioned also about increasing utilities and commodities there that can give these businesses that are looking to locate the right ingredients when they want to plug right in. Those are all big examples of economic development in Iberia Parish. And I know since the beginning of your administration, you've been pro-business and pro-economic development, working on projects. We've worked on quite a few together to grow this parish from an economic development perspective. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts and your perspective on where we are and where we need to go with economic development.
So, Mike, when you look at the retail sales in Iberia Parish, I'm going to use the month of November in 2020, and that's just the month of November of 2020. We had revenues of $119 million. In the month of November in 2021, we have revenues of $123 million.
Real progress.
That's exactly right. So when you look at that, you see that we're pretty close. We're a little bit better this year, to be honest with you, than we were last year. And that's what I want to see. I want to see those numbers go up. But we also had a record-breaking number this year where we was over $138 million. So we have some good indicators that's taking place right now in Iberia Parish as far as economic development. When you look at unemployment numbers in Iberia Parish using October of last year, 2020, and October of this year, 2021, in October of 2020, we was at 10.9%. In October of this year, we're at 5.2%. So we have people going back to work. It's a great indicator for us in Iberia Parish, and that's where we want to be. We want to make sure that the people that live here have opportunity to work, and we want to bring more opportunities like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mr. Richard, You've told us quite a bit about how important Iberia Parish economic development is, about how pro-business your administration's been, and about how we're all working together to grow when it comes to economic development. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about some of the projects that are going on presently in the area of economic development here in Iberia Parish.
Well, one of the biggest projects that we have going on right now is the Acadiana Access Road. That's a huge project for us. That's the road that we're building with the roundabout that's going to be at 3212. The road itself is in the field right now, so people keep asking me what's going on, and I'm telling them what's happening. That particular road is going to connect to a project that we're doing next year, which is a roundabout that's going to take place at Jefferson Island Road, right in front of Landry's. That's a huge, huge project for us in Iberia Parish. The other thing that we're currently working on is the development of Progress Point. Progress Point is huge. Later, you're going to hear me talk about some of the things that we're planning to do at Progress Point. So these projects are being worked on basically at the same time. It is extremely important that we try to develop both of those as close as possible together.
Well, Mr. Richard, thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to hear about the present projects. Maybe we could switch a little bit and move on to some of the projects that you see coming to Iberia Parish in the near future.
Well, Mike, one project I'm going to mention now is the Bio Innovation Center that we're looking to build at the new Progress Point facility. That project alone is $25 million. We've been working extremely close with the UL Research Center and UL in particular, and your group at IDF and others. That's a big deal for Iberia Parish. That would be located at Progress Point. Another big project we're looking to do in Iberia Parish is the lab upgrade at the Research Center. That's a $25 million project as well, which is going to put us in a position to where we can do a whole lot of things in Iberia Parish, especially dealing with the Research Center. I want to make sure that the people understand the big part, that the New Iberia Research Center, which is right here on Atmadoyle, had to play in the development of the Pfizer drug that we are taking right now, people from all over the place is using right now for this COVID. So those are big projects that we're looking to do in Iberia Parish. Just those two alone is $50 million. Another thing that's very important to the development of Iberia Parish is the straightening of Highway 88. The straightening of Highway 88, currently, of course, we have to pass in front of the church and make these curves. That's creating an issue for stem time, for trucks getting to the airport. So with the straightening of 88 is going to go straight to, or shall I say, near the New Horizon trailer park. That's a big deal for Iberia Parish. Broadband in Iberia Parish is critical. That's something that we totally need. We have a lot of businesses here that their services, or they're not receiving the services that they truly need to effectively run their business that they have. So we want to make sure that we get the correct broadband here in Iberia Parish. I've been meeting with many providers, current providers, and I've also been meeting with companies that wish to provide in Iberia Parish. And I can tell you that's gone extremely well. Just for the record, you may have heard of the Gumbo Fund pertaining to broadband. Application have to be turned in by December the 31st, and we are dead on it.
Rural broadband is really the infrastructure of the future. It's what's going to connect our businesses, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's education, or other parts of the world. So very important. What a great project that is.
It is a great project, and we're looking forward to trying to get that lined up in 2022. And the good thing about it is the Parish Council is looking forward to getting that here as well.
Very good. So we've talked about the area access road. LA 675 roundabout is also a huge part of that.
The LA 675 roundabout, again, is going to connect into the new road that's being built in this field right now, which is where we're going to be building Progress Point. So once they finish building that road, and 675 roundabout hopefully will be going out for bid in the fourth quarter of that next year. And that the roundabout at 675 is going to connect to the Acadiana Access Road, which is also going to connect to a roundabout at 3212. And a big thing that we need to look forward to is the Acadiana Regional Airport Access Road Phase 2. Phase 2 is where we're going to take 3212. Currently, we have the air traffic control tower. That particular road is going to go to 3212, and we're going to have a roundabout at that area. So we're truly trying to get this airport to be designed and the correct infrastructure that we need there to move this thing forward. Currently, we're running water lines and sewer lines to Progress Point. So we are definitely heading in the right direction.
Absolutely, just great infrastructure projects that's really going to continue to put the airport on the map and continue to showcase Iberia Parish to those folks that are interested in investing in our area. So we've talked about economic development, we've talked about various aspects. Earlier in the discussion, we talked about the Waterworks District, and to me, that's all about bringing water in. But let's talk a little bit now about how we take that water back out again. Sewer District number 1, a critical piece of infrastructure that site selectors and investors are looking for. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on Sewer District number 1 and its future and where it's going.
I think we've done a good job, a very good job with in Sewer District number 1. They completed the installation of a new master control cabinet, which provides all of the power to every part of the plant that we currently have. We completed the retention pond rehabilitation project, which is critical for what we're doing or had to do at Sewer District. We upgraded the pumps at various locations throughout the parish, which increased the efficiency within sewer throughout the parish. That's a big deal for us here in Iberia Parish. We're working on Lewis Street, where we have a pump that's located near Commercial Canal. We're going to move that pump and bring that pump on the opposite side due to safety concerns for the most part. We're looking to get grants from different locations. Currently, we're working on Louisiana Community Development Block Grant, which is going to provide $280,000 or so for repairs to 3 different locations throughout the parish, which will include the Neo Horizon subdivision, Bull Floor subdivision, and also Highway 86 between Vita Shaw and Laurelville Canal. These are great projects for us, just saying that. But one of the big things that we're working on right now, or shall I say a bigger thing that we're working on right now, is we applied for $5.7 million water sector grant. If awarded, 9 projects across Iberia Parish will be performed, which will include realigning of subdivisions, Candler Grove and Orange Grove, pump station rehabilitation and or upgrades, purchase and installation of new sewer treatment plants, purchasing of 16 generators, permanent and portable, throughout Iberia Parish. This grant will allow us for one of the biggest sewer overhauls that Iberia Parish have ever seen.
That's spectacular. So now we've talked about water coming in, we've talked about water going out, all critical pieces of infrastructure which are all critical to the growth of the parish going forward. So very important. Another critical part to what the citizens expect is good communications, safety, 911 services, emergency preparedness, and those kind of things. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the 911 Communications District and Homeland Security.
I think the 911 Communications District and Homeland Security, top notch. As you know, Mike, we built a new $5 million 911 facility for the 911 center as well as the Homeland Security. It's an unbelievable building. It's completely ready for 150 plus mile an hour wind. That's a big thing for Iberia Parish. We purchased new telephones and radios and recording systems. We upgraded the computer-assisted dispatching system, which is a big deal for us as far as 911 is concerned. Currently, we're recruiting workers to fill positions that we currently have open at the 911 center. Another thing that we're doing right now is executing action plans based on hurricanes that we had in the past, information that we've learned from that, and trying to make sure that we can use that information going forward. We definitely try to do what's called lesson learns from everything that we did. As you know, right before hurricane season every year, I get together along with the parish council, and we invite all kinds of people to start going over what our responsibilities are, dealing with the National Guard, the governor's office, FEMA, the sheriff department, the district attorney's office. We all have a big, and many, many, many more. I don't want to leave anyone out, but when you start naming, sometimes you have too many to name, such as this case. You have the Louisiana Department of Health and Hospital, and that list just goes on. But we try to be prepared for every possible scenario that could possibly happen. We have been very blessed in Iberia Parish that we haven't had to use some of the training that we have, because I can tell you, with some of the hurricanes that hit the surrounding area, Lake Charles and Houma, New Orleans, it would be a nightmare if something like that had to happen here in Iberia Parish. But just for the record, we're doing very good with Homeland Security. Our CERT team that we have in Iberia Parish is extremely good. CERT stands for Community Emergency Response Team. We have a lot of work that we do with them. We're currently trying to get more members there, but everything has gone very, very well.
How about into the future?
Well, in the future, we want to create new evacuation centers, of course. One of the things that I look to do in Iberia Parish, I noticed early on in 2016 when we had the flood, we used the Sewerage gate, in other words, the gymnasium in City Park, to evacuate people. And when that happened, we had a couple of families that had came in that had the flu, and we had no way to separate or quarantine people. So from that point on, I started talking to our state delegation, our congressional delegation, as well as council members, making them aware that I think we need to try to come up with a facility where we can have, now we use the word as being a quarantine area. So we are definitely looking, we've been having that as a capital outlay request. We hope that we get the fundings from the government, hopefully this coming year, to at least start that project.
Well, we've talked quite a bit about the future, where we are, where we're going. Any final thoughts on what it's going to take to get us to the next level?
Mike, the federal government, we're definitely getting dollars, plenty of dollars from the federal government. As far as I'm concerned in Iberia Parish, don't get me wrong, we always would like to get more. The same thing applied to the state. We're getting good dollars from our delegation, capital outlay, and things of that nature. However, we need local funds that's going to allow us to build infrastructure that we need, such as roads. We need to make sure that we have the right amount of water lines throughout the parish, the right amount of sewer lines throughout the parish. So that means that we will have to do a little bit more investing in ourselves, I think. So what I'm going to be doing is getting with the council. In fact, I have been getting with the council, and we will definitely go back and try to educate the people of Iberia Parish again on what it is that we need in Iberia Parish. And I believe that the people of Iberia Parish is going to do what they need to do to make sure that they can get the return on the investments that they have already invested in Iberia Parish, and put us in a position to create new rooftops and bring new businesses here, as well as retain the rooftops that we have here and retain the amount of businesses that we currently have here.
Absolutely. Any final thought?
Yeah, first of all, Mike, I want to thank you for moderating this here. I want to thank the people of Iberia Parish once again for electing me to represent them as the Iberia Parish president. Today we talked about several departments within Iberia Parish government. There are many departments I did not talk about. And hopefully at the next state of the parish, we'll get an opportunity to talk about those departments. Iberia Parish is a government that never, ever stopped working. I mean, this is something that we do all the time. We're very blessed to have the employees that we currently have working for us. So I don't want to give an impression that I'm only talking about these departments and not other departments. I try to keep this state of the parish as close to an hour as possible. I don't want to bore everyone, but I can assure you that the departments that I did not talk about today, we will be talking about them later. And again, thank you for what you do, and I look forward to next year's.
Thank you, Mr. Richard, and thank you to you all for joining us for this year's State of the Parish presentation for 2021. We'd like to thank Mr. Richard for taking time out to give his presentation today, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Have a great day.
Thank you.